Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Sylvia, and please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, and stick around to see what I'll be creating, which is the background of a leaf, or rather like a leaf background. What can I call it? I assumed by now when you're watching, I probably created it, but for now, as I'm recording, I have no idea what I'm gonna be creating, but I'm thinking of a leaf background with like a pattern or something. I'm not sure. So let's create and see what I do, because this is how random my videos are. And today I just decided to create something. And it's funny that normally when I'm doing something like this, I normally shy away from even talking over or creating. And it's funny that I usually remember at this point to wear my gloves, because when I put my hands on that screen, I just see how slippery or how I'm just touching everything. So yeah, just follow along. Like I said, I'm usually scared of creating and talking in real time as I do, but these videos are normally short, so I'm just gonna hopefully create something good out of this. And if I don't, then you'll never see it. You'll never see the light of day. But if you're seeing it well, that means I created something good. Because the funny thing is, I normally say I should draw things randomly and record myself as I do them in real time. But I never really like doing that because I never really think it's gonna be good. But so far, everything I've created comes out good. And usually my biggest regret is that I was not recording it. So for this particular video, I've decided, you know what, this time I'm just gonna risk it all and just draw from, my gut feeling. And hopefully I capture something beautiful and creative. I kind of wish I could do like more of overlaps, but for now I'm just creating them randomly, and I hope it will look good because I have no idea. Some of them don't even look like shapes of leaves. You know why? Because I low-key wanna like overlap them. So I'm gonna do that here because I'm being shy when it comes to overlapping. Yeah, so somehow I'm doing 2 layers, and I'm just gonna use that as a guide. If not, I'm gonna try and do the gaps that are visible, and then later on I'll come and create a layer on top. So normally how I decide what I'm gonna draw is based on like the image that kind of bothers me. Like I want to try something based on something I saw, because I usually get my inspiration from my environment, and I don't know where or what inspired me to draw this, but it's something I've wanted to do for some time now, just see how a leaf pattern would look like. And oh yeah, I think I know from the last illustration. Did you see the last illustration I did on my story for the flower? I kind of like how the leaves look like, so I was like, I'm gonna try and see if I can just do a background for leaves. And that's how I ended up creating this design, because then I just want to concentrate on leaves and just see how they turn out. So as usual, I'm gonna hide that, and I don't know, just for safekeeping, I'm gonna duplicate that and this and work on this, which normally is like a safeguard. So using the same color tone but like a lighter tone. Let me do a bit light like that. Wait, that has a whole crap. Okay, I don't like that this is yeah, I don't like that that was overlapping on the same layer, because then I can't really, damn it. Let's use this. As you can see, it's as random as day. I've ended up not overlapping. So if I end up, should I overlap them or not? I have a feeling I shouldn't. What do you guys think? And then I'll overlap on the next layer as I keep drawing and build on that. So let me do that. Might work better because I just feel like this is gonna be more better. So yeah, I usually like to draw leaves. I don't know about y'all. I feel like they're easy to draw. So why not create a background for leaves, right? And see how that works out. I'm gonna go here a shade lighter and start filling in the color of the leaves. Why is it this corner that's always messed up? Where is the hole? Okay, see it. So as you can see, I'll be creating or closing the gaps where I didn't close them, like that. And just continue coloring them in. Usually this is how I draw my leaves. It's very easy to draw leaves actually. And every time it makes a mistake like that, just zoom in because, you know, I'm realizing that I use this hand a lot and I'm not sure if it's even healthy for me because God gave us two hands for a reason. I feel like you're supposed to be using them both equally. And I know you're gonna come here and tell me, oh, right-handed, left-handed, I get it, but it just feels weird that I'm always using this hand. Sometimes it hurts because of I use it so much and I'm drawing, and since I draw a lot, it just feels like it's been overused. And somehow I just feel like we need to be balancing out this stuff. I think I erased this when I was deleting that layer. It's crooked, but guess what? So is nature. I mean, if God can not make everything so perfect, whomst am I to feel like I'm better and perfect at stuff? Where's the gap? Yeah, I see it. It's in there somewhere. There's a gap in there. Whomst am I to refuse my imperfections? Yep. I have a feeling this one might. I knew it. Damn it. Let me just do the ones that are okay. That one. It's okay. It's okay. So that I'm not going back in and out. It's okay. So normally this is how I draw my leaves. And see, this is what I was avoiding. But it looks like it happened anyway. Okay, zoom out and color that. What? No. How? Where is the gap? I think this thing messed me up here. So, crap. I need to go back there and really fill that in because it's gonna be a problem. Because I erased it when I was erasing the other one and I was not even paying attention. Sometimes you have to go in harder and be more careful. Yeah, I feel like I could fit one here, but that's what second layers are for. So these are my leaves, and I feel like I'm just gonna duplicate that for my sanity because always work in layers. That's one rule I'm always gonna tell y'all. Always work in layers because you never know. You never know if you have to go back and redo stuff. So that's me going back, creating the veins in the leaves, just being very random with it. Somehow I feel like I should probably do this in a separate layer, but here I am just doing it like this because why not? Is this a good idea? I'm not sure if this is a good idea. This is probably a bad idea. Yeah, let me do this in a separate layer. because I'm thinking of the coloring process. And if I put this on top here, it won't make sense. I need to do it in a separate layer. Oh crap, I forgot this one. Yep, I need to do it in a separate layer. Thank God I thought about it earlier, because imagine having to redo everything. So yeah, what I'm doing now is just going over each leaf, taking my time one by one, and just creating the veins of the leaf. Who remembers parts of the leaf? Like, we're being taught these things in science, like the veins. That's all I know, so don't expect me to keep continuing. I know these are like the off branch of the leaves. They normally look like that. I used to like drawing the parts in science, like, you know, when the teacher says you can draw, like that was the best part of the drawing, like the subject, just sitting out and drawing, because I like to draw. So I used to find it fun to just, like, when you have to draw a part of a human being and draw it, or like parts of a leaf, the stem, the stalk. It used to be fun for me because I like drawing, and I'm like, hey, today we get to draw in class. And I used to be so extra with my drawings. You'd think I'm getting an award. Not that anyone cared anyway, except me. I guess I cared. And it's funny, I thought that no one noticed, but the other day I went into someone and they were telling me how my drawings were so good in class. And I'm like, really? At least one person noticed, if anything. One person is better than nobody. Guess it counts for something, right? I guess so. That was in primary, like when class 8 or 7, you know, somewhere there. She was in my class, and I ran into her, and she's like, did you end up taking art because you're so good at it? And I was like, wow, interesting. I really do forget this stuff. But it's people like that that make you remember them, you know, because you're forced to remember. And it's amazing. It's always amazing when you remember, because it just makes it feel like you've come full circle and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. So hey guys, are you still there? Are you still watching? Am I boring you guys with my stories? Let me know if you like drawing leaves like I love drawing leaves. I like drawing leaves and flowers. I find them so fun to draw. And easy, like I said. When did I use the eraser tool? Imagine if I was drawing on that other layer. I've just erased everything. It's funny how it switches up on its own, like you're drawing and then it just switches up. I was gonna do one side, but I decided to do both sides, like the leaves scattered. This is gonna be like a what theme? Can you call it spring? Or if I had them in different colors, I probably would have gone for, I'm gonna duplicate this. Wait, what? I'm gonna duplicate this too, and you'll see why. You'll see why. I want to duplicate both of them. Let me just, it's not letting me do both, so I'll do separately. So the reason I want to duplicate this, you know, when you join them, they're supposed to be, yes, it's worked. So the reason I want to duplicate, all right, the reason I want to duplicate this is, oh God, that's overexposed. So that I can select each leaf. Why isn't it working? Oh crap, I didn't duplicate the right thing, did I? I'm so funny. I think it was. So yeah, I didn't know if you do that, it won't. So weird. Yeah, the reason I did that is so that I can select. You know what's funny? What's funny is the ones that were going through are the ones that are messing me up. So it's kind of like I have to do it over. It was which one? It was that one and that one. So I have to do this two over. Oh, come on. It's this one, right? This is why it's good to do it in different layers, because if I had done it in different layers, I would have drawn this correctly on one layer. Because normally I would use this step before. I would have done this step before I colored it, so then it would have been closed already when I was duplicating it, but I didn't do that because I didn't think it was gonna come and bite me in the ass. So now I'm just going and doing my fillers. I think this one is also open in this one. I don't think the shapes matter as much. Because that one is done correctly, this is the one I'm duplicating before I go messing it up again. Okay, so we select. See, now I can select each. Oh crap, I left one. I left one. You guys didn't tell me that I left one. Y'all. I'm gonna check if this one works because this one had an issue. Yeah, it does. So I'm just gonna delete. No, not duplicate. Delete this one because of it's not filled in correctly. But this one is. Hide that one because I don't need it for now. Okay. And normally when I'm creating these things, I have no idea how this is gonna turn up. It's kind of like just creating blindly, to say the least. So now that you've selected that and that's covered, you can go back and fill that in. And the layer before this, you wanna use like a different kind of green and change the brush to maybe this. And this is how I draw easy leaves. This normally works out really nice. See, shading that and it's starting to come alive. Just giving it depth, if you like to call it that. These leaves are very surface-like leaves. And I'm following it along the veins of the leaf. I believe these things were called veins, because what else would they be called if not veins? In biology, in science. How many of you took science? How many of you liked science? Actually have a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. Guess I can say I used it. Jokes on me. All right, so I like how that's looking. So because that's that layer, I think I'm going to now do the layers on top. And before I can even do that, this is where it gets tricky. You know, I feel like if I had done it right or started earlier, I probably would have like done the sleeves different colors, so then we can call it fall, and my fall can have different fall leaf colors. Fall leaf colors. I think I'll do it darker. This green, but darker. Dark, dark, dark. Like that. Yeah, I like that. And then would have had different colors, and then it would have been cool because it would have been like. So anyway, what I did is I put one base color, and then on a different layer I start doing different colors and just patching it up. In fact, there's this brush that I like. Is it paint? This one. It works like magic. Don't know if it's gonna be good here. Should I do it on a separate layer? Because it's not doing the thing. Yeah, it's not doing the thing. I think I should try another color. I'm gonna go with this green. It feels like it's not coming through. Why? Does it need to be darker? Does it? Let me try on top. And usually when I'm creating a background, I'm really, oh, that's why it's not working. Guys, the opacity was at 0. See, now it works like that, eh? I like that brush. It's very interesting. Random, but nice. So you see, I think it would have been nice with this color. Just randomly apply that somewhere. It gives it like an interesting, amazing texture, as you can see. It's coming through. Just to see, I feel like my pattern is coming. It's coming, it's coming. It's coming along great. Need some dark in there. Actually, I need even a darker, almost black. No, I don't need black. That looks terrible. Does it? Does it really? Does it really look bad? I don't know. We're risking it all, eh? And then now here we can do another layer of leaves. I don't know. I don't want to make it look like one layer is one color and the other one is a different color. So I'm gonna use the same dark leaves that I used to create texture. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna do leaves on top like that. Just do on top of the other ones. And normally if it's harder to see, just hide the layer. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna group them. So group these leaves. This is part of the leaves, I think. No, it's not. That's part of the background. That's part of the new leaves. So I'm gonna group those leaves and I'm gonna call them leaves 1. Leaves 1. And then now this one, just hide that. And then I'm gonna work with these leaves because we're working with this layer. And just do that on top. Have another layer because I can. These ones are skinnier. We're just gonna work with skinny at this point because we can. Who's stopping me? Are you guys stopping me? You guys seem like you're cool with it. Then the lighter one, duplicate, color. I hope I have filled them all well. Damn it, I haven't. Hope I filled them all in well. Well. Which one haven't I? This one, I think I'm gonna have to fill it in for the bottom one as well. Because if I don't, I'm gonna mess up somewhere like I did last time. Yep. Go back there, color that one, and then draw the stem like I did in the other one in a new layer, guys. Don't forget. Just fill in those gaps of your leaf. And at this point, I feel like I'm just rushing because I'm so over it. I'm getting tired. So sometimes I take breaks. Since I'm recording in real time, I'm really trying to be patient. And I'm also trying not to take so much of your time because this video is going to be very, very long. So now you can see that it takes a bit of time to create some artwork. But because I felt like I really needed to do something for next week and schedule it ahead of time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do those leaves I've been dreaming about, or rather thinking about, guys. When I say dream, I don't mean that I'm dreaming about leaves. I just mean that, you have an idea that's sitting in your head and you just keep thinking about it. Like when you're like, what should I do this week for this week's video? I'm like, it's time I do those leaves I've been imagining wanting to do as a background. So then you do it, because if you don't do it, you're going to keep thinking about it and it's going to disturb you all the time. It's just be sitting in your mind there and you're like, wish I could do those leaves. And so if you're me, you do them, because if you don't, you're always going to think about it. And that's how my mind works. I have to do the things I think about because they drive me crazy if I don't. And honestly, I just hope this looks good, especially like when I'm done and I reveal the other leaves. Because I feel like this in itself looks good, right? Like just this layer is kind of pretty. I think so. Do you guys think I should add another layer, or do you think we're done? Let's get rid of that. Okay, we're gonna group this as leaves 2 because it's the second layer of leaves, even though I haven't put them together. And then I'll name this one background. I love the background. I don't know about you. It's giving what? It's giving, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think it's giving. It's giving abstract. It's giving space. No, it's giving something cool. I don't know what that something cool is, but whatever it is, it's giving it and it's cool. This was supposed to be in the background. What am I doing with my life? Supposed to go in there. I'm not even sure if this has anything. Slightly something is there. I'm gonna be pissed if I find out my voice is not being recorded. It is, I've checked. All right. What do you guys think? Do you like this? Do you not? Is it dark? Is it not giving? Should I you know what I normally do? I like to not even flatten. Okay, for the sake of this duplicate, I'm gonna duplicate that, hide that, and then flatten this image and see if what I'm trying to do will work. Almost working, so that I give it like depth. And then somewhere here, I'm gonna add some, so that it looks like we are floating in space. Give it like some depth. You guys see where I'm going with this vision? You see it well and good. If you don't, forget about it. I think I like that. So I decrease the opacity, and then I put it like that. I don't know if I should kind of like duplicate this and then increase the opacity and then flip it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna flip this. How do you flip? Flip horizontal. Then that gives it even another layer. And what I'm gonna do this is, yeah, leave it there because of the opacity. And I think that's my layer. I think I'm done. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I think for this one, I'm just gonna play around with this. Yeah, I think that looks better. And then you have a leaves background. I like that. And then of course, I think I should have a top layer just to give it a vignette what do you call it, a vignette or what, so that it has like a depth and it looks like the leaves are falling. And that is my image for today. Thank you for coming to my class. Thank you for my TED Talk. And this is the results. And thank you for sticking around if you stuck through the whole image. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.